He could be inside. Like he doesn't have to be outside, right? Is that absolutely necessary? He's so funny. Oh my God. Henry appeared on their patio that morning, whiskers twitching, eyes wide with curiosity, like a tiny feline detective on the trail of a hidden treasure. No one knew where he'd come from. No collar, no tag. Just a scrawny ginger and white stray with the softest purr and the boldest stare you'd ever seen. This is Henry. He showed up one ordinary Saturday, as if the universe had whispered, "This is your family now." At first, they didn't know if he'd stay. Maybe he was just passing through. Maybe someone else was looking for him. But Henry had other plans. From day one, he followed the husband like a loyal little shadow, through the garden, down the driveway, even into the garage. While the man raked leaves or trimmed hedges, Henry sat right beside him, tail curled neatly around his paws, as if supervising the work. Not like a cat, like a dog, a very opinionated, very fluffy dog with excellent taste in sunbeams. He greeted the husband at the door with soft meows and hopeful eyes. He waited for pets, for chin scratches, for that one magical moment when fingers found the perfect spot behind his ears. And when he got it, he'd close his eyes, purr like a motorboat, and melt into the touch like he'd been waiting his whole life for exactly that. So, Henry, how do we do this? If I need to flip the calendar, if I need to... When they first saw him, he seemed shy, but curious, not scared, not feral, just watchful, like he was deciding if these humans were worth his time. The husband had looked out the window and said, "There's a cat on the patio." They grabbed wet food and water, not expecting much. But Henry, he let them pet him immediately. No hissing, no running, just a slow blink and a nudge into their hands, as if to say, "Took you long enough." Jesus, Henry, get a grip, dude. The husband would laugh, watching him roll dramatically in the grass, or chase his own tail with the seriousness of a lion on the hunt. "Oh my God, the fat!" someone would exclaim as Henry flopped onto his back, paws in the air, belly exposed in full trust. "Hey, oh my goodness, he's so sweet and cute," they'd whisper, completely smitten. The husband asked, "Can we let him in?" But they hesitated. Was he sick? Did he belong to someone else? They left food out that night. The next morning, before sunrise, he was back, curled up on the welcome mat, like he'd claimed it as his throne. It was a clear sign. He had chosen them. They took him to the vet. No microchip, no signs of ownership. Just a healthy, hungry, and deeply determined little soul who knew exactly where he belonged. And unlike most cats, those who hide under beds for weeks in a new home, Henry walked in like he owned the place. He explored every room, sniffed every corner, rubbed his cheeks on every piece of furniture, as if rebranding the house Henry's Kingdom. "Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me." That was his way of saying, "Pay attention to me, now." Henry's personality? Uniquely his own. He thinks he runs the household, and honestly, no one argues. He sits on laps, if you're lucky. He climbs on counters, if you're not watching. He turns daily chores into interactive adventures. Laundry day? He's in the basket. Dishwashing? He's on the open dishwasher door, peering in like it's a portal to another dimension. Gardening? He's digging right beside you, as if to say, team effort. He behaves like a dog in the best ways. He waits by the door when you leave. He greets you like you've been gone for years, not hours. He follows the husband from room to room, not out of need, but out of devotion. And that bond? It's special. Henry shows his belly only to the husband. It's a sacred ritual, a sign of ultimate trust. With the narrator, he's a little more mischievous. A playful nip here, a gentle scratch there. Not out of meanness, just out of love, in his own sassy Henry way. Henry would like to wish all of his followers a happy Valentine's Day, they'd joke. May you never get scratched. Then there's Bella, their other cat, older, wiser, a little more reserved. She could have hissed him away, could have hidden. But instead, she welcomed him. She watches over him like a feline big sister. When Henry gets too wild with catnip, rolling and pouncing like a tiny tornado, Bella sits nearby, calm, patient, ready to step in if he goes too far. She even seems to babysit him, as if she knows this little stray needed someone to show him how to be part of a family. Over time, Henry didn't just live with them, he became part of them. A guardian of the home, a bringer of joy, a tiny, furry reminder that sometimes the ones who need us most choose us first. Enjoying your kingdom from above, Henry? They'd ask as he perched on the highest shelf, surveying his domain like Simba on Pride Rock. Roar, he'd seem to say with a slow blink. My handsome boy. His presence is comforting. His purrs are therapy. His sudden zoomies at 3 a.m.? A little less so, but even those make them laugh. Can you balance yourself, Henry? I'm impressed. Wow. Good job. Good job. You can do it. Oh. Henry's story isn't just about a stray cat. It's about patience, trust, the quiet magic of opening your door and your heart to someone who shows up when you least expect it. He reminds us that animals aren't just pets. They're individuals, with quirks, personalities, and hearts that love deeply, if only we give them the chance. And sometimes, the best companions don't come from a breeder or a shelter. They appear on your patio one morning, with wide eyes, a rumbly purr, and the unshakable belief that this is home. They took him to the vet after his first snowfall, just for a checkup. The vet clipped his nails, gave him a vaccine, and said he was thriving. But Henry? He came home sulking. Are you upset? They asked, laughing. What did the vet do to you? Well, she gave you one shot and clipped your nails. It's really not the end of the world. You've been through worse. And he had. But now? Now he had soft blankets, full bowls, warm laps, and 2 humans who adored him. If you're thinking about adopting a stray, or any animal with a past, take your time. Learn their language. Respect their boundaries. Be patient when they flinch. Celebrate when they trust. Because giving love can change a life. And it might just fill yours with more joy than you ever imagined. Henry didn't just find a home. He found a forever. And in doing so, he gave them one too.